everybody, and welcome to the first instalment of my 2025 Mystery Cushion Club. And this year it's a really extra special club because it is the last mystery cushion in my collection. I've been running the Mystery Cushion Club for 15 years now, and I've enjoyed every single journey. Some of you have been on all of those journeys with me. Some of you have been on a few. I do hope that you've enjoyed them, and I really hope that you enjoy this brand new adventure that we are starting on now. So I've reached a bit of a milestone, I feel, with it, 15 years, and life is extremely busy for me. My workshop kind of schedule has got bigger, particularly in the last year, since I rejoined Stitchtopia for knitting holidays, several of which I've been booked for over the next sort of 12 months. And my own workshop schedule under Inspired Minds, we've had quite a lot of dates this year to work on, and we've got a lot booked for next year too. I have a very busy website to run, the Mystery Blanket Club, and I have a family too. I have a son who's 11 who is into everything at the moment, and I've decided that I want to do something new next year, but I can't run 3 clubs. So I'm going to stick with 2 clubs, a brand new club for next year. I'm not going to talk about that now. I'll keep that under wraps for the time being, but you will receive an email in due course later on in the year telling you all about a fabulous new club that you can sign up to next year. So all of the parcels have been posted. We began posting them towards the middle or end of May. I might have written beginning of May in the blog, but actually it's towards the end of May. We always get the overseas posted out first, obviously because they take longer to arrive, followed by the UK. And the last UK parcels have only gone out in the week leading up to this launch. So hopefully you are all sitting there with your mystery cushion parcel. If you haven't received it, just send me a quick email to debbie@debbieabrahams.com. I have a list of everybody's names and the date on which your parcel was posted. So I will be able to help you out with the date, and then we'll go from there. But fingers crossed, you are sitting there with your parcel, so this is your mystery cushion parcel. Very bright colours, matching my sweater actually, nice and bright. I do love bright colours, my favourite kind of palette to work with. In your mystery cushion kit you will find 10 balls of yarn. One is a half ball, which is the very lovely, bright, vibrant magenta pink. That hasn't got a ball band, but you should be able to identify because it's the only one without a ball band. There is also a welcome letter in there, and just behind this welcome letter, you will find inside the kit that there is a little plastic bag that has in it 7 packs of beads, your colour coder, and your buttons, 6 shell buttons. Okay, now if you were an early bird, then you would have also received in your parcel your tote bag, specially designed to celebrate the 15 years of the mystery cushion. Now, one thing I didn't really think about when I designed it, putting all the dates and the names of the different cushions on it, is that at the bottom here is the title of the 2025 Mystery Cushion Club. So no doubt most of you have ripped open your bag and actually got out your bag. Maybe it's already in use. If so, unfortunately, the title has been revealed to you. What we did do is on the outside, each of the tote bags is packed inside a plastic bag, and what we did was we just stuck the woven label, which is in a small coloured envelope, we stuck that onto the outside of the packet, covering up the title. But you've got to be very, very disciplined not to have opened that packet up and taken the bag out, and hats off to you if Your tote bag is still sitting in its plastic bag. Okay, but the title is on there. The blocks are still a mystery. Even if you know the title, you don't know what you're getting every month. So if you know the title already, that part of the guessing game is over, but you've still got the blocks to keep a bit of mystery going every month. But that's our bag, screen printed by a wonderful company, a new company I found in London called Fifth Column, who create and produce these most beautiful, really good quality bags, which are made from all recycled materials, so it's good for the environment too. So that's your tote bag. Anybody that ordered printed patterns, you will find your printed patterns for this month packaged with your knitting kit. For the 4 remaining months, though, they will be posted to you in a hard-backed brown envelope. Okay, so that's for the printed patterns members, and everybody will receive the email patterns. So if you order printed patterns, you get the emailed as well. Okay, now we have got some non-knitting kit members. So if you're one of those members who hasn't got the knitting kit, you can either purchase the yarn yourself, or you can go and raid your stash and see what interesting yarns you can find. And what's really lovely actually about Patterns Only is that those of you that choose to go your own route with it, you go a bit off-piste, you choose your own colour palette. It is fascinating to see what colour combinations that you put together. So if you are Patterns Only and you create the cushion in your own colour palette and change things a little bit, I would love to see what you do. So make sure that you keep in touch, write into me and send me some pictures of your knitting. So this is our meeting place, our kind of virtual meeting place every month. The blog is a written blog each month. I'm giving you an intro and saying hello to you today, and then I will do another another vlog, another video in a couple of months' time, and then one for the final instalment. So you won't see me every month, but you'll see me every couple of months, just for a catch up and just to make sure that you're all okay and that you're all enjoying the project. So it's a global club. What really kind of excites me a lot with every club is the thought that people all over the world are knitting my blankets and cushions all at the same time, all from the same patterns. And this year is no exception for the mystery cushion. And you will see in the written part of the blog all the different countries that are taking part. So wherever you are in the world, thank you for coming on board. And I really hope you enjoy what I've got in store for you this year. So let's take a look now then at the mail out. Now you're going to receive a mail out each month. There's 5 mail outs in total for the Cushion Club, and they are released on the 15th of the month. We launched the Cushion Club on the 14th because it was a Saturday, and I thought, oh, let's launch it on a weekend on the 14th. But for the subsequent 4 other instalments, it will be the 15th of the month, and that is the day you will receive your emails. There is no second part to the knitting kit like there is with the mystery blanket. You have your whole knitting kit in the parcel that you've already been sent. Okay, so many of you have joined my clubs before, but we do have some new members. So for those of you that are new, I'm just going to go briefly through the brochure, just pointing out a few things about how it's laid out. So we have the front cover, first of all, okay, which always shows snippets of the blocks that you will be knitting. On page 2, we have our menu page. So if you are a Patterns Only member and you need to purchase your yarn, there are all the colour codes and the names of the yarns written there. We do have extra of my Debbie Abraham's Light Wool DK if anybody wants to purchase that from us. Just you'll find it on our website. You can just buy it through the shop. And there's a list of beads there too. Okay, so that's your menu page, and on the left hand side there you can see the 3 blocks for this month which are listed. Page 3 is always your general information page, and on this page you will find some useful information which you can refer to throughout the project. There's a bit about tension, which is uber important, very, very important to test before you begin, to make sure you've got the right tension. There's a note about construction and how the cushion is put together, finished size and blocking and pressing. All very important information that you need to read before you get going. I know how excited you are, but please take 5 minutes just to familiarise yourself with the information in the mail out. So on page 4, you will have always on page 4 your piecing diagram showing the front panel and the back panel. And each month, as we knit more of the blocks, the images will be added to the diagram. Okay, so you can see there that we're working on blocks 1, 2 and 6 in this first mail out. Okay, so following on then from that, you will have your 3 patterns. So they are always laid out in the same way. You have an image, a main image. Now just be aware that we do crop some of the images in to make them fit the page. So don't just rely on what you see in the image. As it happens in this first one on page 6, the whole block has actually been fitted into the space, but just be aware, particularly with block 6, which we'll look at in a minute, just be aware that sometimes the images are cropped. You have a list underneath each image of yarns and, if beads are needed, for the square, what you need for the square. There's pattern notes and tips on the right hand side of the image, and then the pattern. Okay, if we flick now towards the back of the mail out, after the patterns you will find knitting techniques. In your June mail out, that's on page 12, and there you've got some helpful information about ferrule, knitting with beads, and then it goes on to page 13 with embroidery on knitted fabric. So just some basic kind of techniques. Now just over the page from that, on the penultimate page, if I can just flick the page over, that's it. Oh yeah, actually it's on page 14 there. There's your abbreviations list. So we will add to that list as the project goes on, as more abbreviations are used in the patterns. So it's really important that you do have the most recent abbreviations list with you. If you're taking your knitting on holiday or you're away for the weekend and you've packed your mystery cushion squares, just make sure you have that abbreviations list, the most recent one, with you. Okay, so that's how the brochure works. So let's take a look then at the blocks that you're knitting this month, and we'll begin with block 1, which is called Crisscross 1. Okay, so Crisscross 1 has hooked in beads. You can see it says that in the pattern notes and tips on page 6 on the right hand side. So this is the beading method where you do not pre-thread and you hook the beads into the work, either using a crochet hook or a piece of wire or floss. There is a tech vid for this, so there in the tutorial section on the website you will find tech vids for many different techniques that are used in the cushion. Not every single technique, but those that I felt needed perhaps a demonstration to help you, and you will find hooked in beads. So if you're not familiar with this technique, there is guidance in the tech vid, so it's a good idea to actually take a look at that before you begin. It's quite a simple square to begin with. It is a square, this one, it's 10 by 10 centimetres. They are different size blocks, by the way, within the project. You can see on the piecing diagram, they're not just all square. I've gone for a little bit of like a jigsaw puzzle type of look with different sized blocks. Just be wary of the needle sizes there. They're in the box information on the left hand side. You're using 2.5 millimetre and 3.5 millimetre, and you're working from a chart. So the chart is on page 7, and if you need to make any notes while you're working on this square, you can jot anything down you want in the notes section on page 7. Okay, but hopefully quite straightforward, a nice small block to begin with. So we now move on to block 2, Effervescent, which is a very bright coloured stripe with garter stitch and stocking stitch stripes, and it also has a slip stitch pattern between the beads as well. It has hooked in and slip stitch beads in it, so the two different beading techniques are used in this block. Now in the image it's showing a square. This is actually quite a long horizontal panel. It actually measures 25 centimeters across and 10 centimeters down. So it's, if you look at the piecing diagram on page 4, you can see where it fits. It's a very long, narrow panel. So this is just a snippet of it in the image. You're using 2.5mm and 3.25mm needles, and there's a lot of colours in this, 5 different colours of yarns and 2 different colours of beads. You'll need to pre-thread the beads for the little beaded stripes using the lipstick beads, but you are instructed to thread on 70 beads in the instructions on page 8. And it's the whole pattern is written. There's no chart for this. So you're just working through your rows up to row 54. Really quite straightforward, hopefully. Nothing too challenging just yet in the patterns. Your final block is block 6, zigzag. And there's a little bit more to this one because it's a fair isle square. And this is a square block. It's 15 centimeters across by 15 centimeters down, so you can see the whole pattern here in the image. And there is a change of needle size too, so do be aware there's changes of needle size. I think there's changes of needle sizes in block 2 and 6. This is to maintain a uniform width throughout the whole square, so they are important, these changes. I'm not just doing it to be annoying, I'm doing it because they're needed. Okay. And also there's some Swiss darning on this too, some embroidery. So you are going to actually be knitting the zinnia and the Vaseline green zigzags, and then the Sublime, Serenity and Jaune are all embroidered on. Okay, so there's a little bit of a mixture of techniques there. And again, if you need any assistance with the Fair Isle technique and or the Swiss darning, there are tech vids in tutorials that you can take a look at, and they'll really help you out. So do make sure you take a look if you need some assistance. So this is a charted pattern. The chart is on page 11 of your mail out. What you've got to do is ignore the Sublime, Serenity and Jaune zigzags and knit these stitches in the background colour, which is Tropic, that beautiful, oh, such a beautiful turquoisey bright blue. I love it. Shade 129 Tropic in that lovely pure alpaca. So when you're reading the chart, you're ignoring those single lines of zigzags. Just remember that and you'll be fine. And you embroider them on afterwards. And I would embroider them after you have blocked and pressed. It gives you a nice then flat, even surface to work on. Much easier to do. So those are your 3 blocks. There are no options in the mystery cushion. In the blanket, we do have an option too, whereby you can avoid doing things like colour work, Fair Isle or Intarsia, and knit something else instead. But in the cushion, there are no options. So you're all doing the same blocks. And, you know, if you haven't knitted something like Fair Isle before, don't be frightened of it. There's the tech vid there to help you. Loads more advice online and help if you Google it, and you'll be fine. Okay, you're in this club. We're all together doing this. We help each other out. If you need if you've got any questions, any concerns, anything you want to ask me, please do email me, and I do respond to all emails. If you're not already following us on our social media platforms, then do get yourself signed up. We have a very vibrant and very happy, cheerful Facebook group. We have a fantastic group on Ravelry, all under Debbie Abraham's Mystery Blanket, I think it's under, or Mystery Clubs. The details are in the written part of the blog, so make sure you give that a read. And if you do live in the Nottingham area, then I am very fortunate, very blessed to have a fabulous yarn shop at the end of my road. Can you believe that? At the end of my road, literally a minute walk from my front door, I have the most wonderful yarn shop called Yarn Loft, and we meet there on the first Wednesday of every month between 4 and 6. We have different numbers of people coming. Sometimes we just have a couple, sometimes we have sort of 6 or 7, but it's a really lovely chance to catch up with other members, to sit and knit, chat. Doreen, who runs the shop, makes a lovely hot drink and always provides something sweet to eat. So we have a fantastic time. So if you do live in the neighbourhood or you're able to come along for one of those sessions, please do join us. The details are in the written blog. So I'm going to stop talking now and hand over to you and say, go grab your knitting needles and get started on these first few blocks. Please don't forget to keep in touch. I love to hear from you, to see what you're doing, what you're knitting, to see how you're progressing with the project. It's always a complete joy to hear from you. So do send in to debbie@debbieabrahams.com, and with your permission, I will share your thoughts, your ideas, your images in the next blog. Now, this is a mystery project, even if the mystery has been revealed through the tote bag, or if you've opened up that little envelope that's got the woven label in that has the title on it. But those of you that have kept it a secret, please do send in your guesses. It's a lot of fun to see what you think of the blocks and the squares that you're knitting, and to hear your thoughts and ideas. Do write into me to let me know, and I will let you know if you are correct with your guess. This blog is really important to read every month. As I said, it's an intro from me this month. Next month will just be written. After you've watched this, please do read the blog. There's lots of extra information in there about the club, really important stuff that will really help you to start this project, to launch yourself into this project. Enjoy your squares. You know where I am if you need me. I'm here all the time. It feels like 24/7. I am pretty much available most of the time to help you. Enjoy your knitting, enjoy your first instalment, and let's get going with those first blocks. And I will write to you again, written blog next month with all the latest news. So please do come back and see me. Have fun, everybody.